So throw everything out I just said about Spencer Horwitz being a Cleveland Guardian because he's moving on to Pittsburgh. The Guardians got Luis Ortiz, Michael Kennedy, and Josh Hartle in return. This is just too much happening tonight. I said I was ready for there to be a flurry of moves for the Cleveland Guardians, but it's moving too fast for me. Right off the bat, Luis Ortiz is the only guy that I've ever heard of in this trade. I did some research for Michael Kennedy and Josh Hartle, but let's talk about Luis Ortiz, I guess. First off, he is a starting pitcher, and I've had a pretty good opinion on him. I think he's pretty decent. You look at some of his advanced analytics, and he had a lot of pitching value, provided a lot of pitching value. His fastball was really good. The problem here is that some of his expected stats weren't as good. Maybe overperformed them a little bit, which could be a concern. But the Pirates' defense not as good as the Guardians' defense. I guess we don't really know what the Guardians' defense is going to look now without Andres Gimenez, so I'm just theorizing here. But I like that he's got good extension. His fastball seems to be pretty good. He throws 3 different types of fastball, so that gives a lot of deception. And it seems to be a power fastball, especially him getting it up there at 95, 96 miles per hour with that good extension. He's going to be running it up on the hitters, and I think that's good. If he can really improve on these chase and whiff percentage, especially with the slider, which he throws a lot of, and I think the Guardians maybe could help him with that with the pitching coaches that we have. I don't know. I'm assuming that they see something. Maybe they can unlock that slider and make him a better pitcher, improve upon him if they're trading for him. Luis Ortiz, I think he steps into the Guardians' rotation right now. Not the big name signing or trade that I was hoping for the Guardians, but hey, he's probably better than Tristan McKenzie or Logan Allen, so I guess we'll see. Josh Hartle was the big name prospect in this trade, and he was just drafted in 2024. Pretty young. 3rd round draft pick out of Wake Forest. He's only pitched 1 game of pro baseball, and that was the Florida State League. He got roughed up in that game. I don't think it's going to be how his career is going to go. He came into the MLB and immediately was a top 20 prospect for the Pirates, so they obviously think somewhat high of him. But, I mean, there's just so much that he is going to have to grow. He's such a young player. I really can't speak on him right now. I've never seen him play. And then the same thing really goes for Michael Kennedy, another really young arm. I think that the Guardians are maybe just banking on their scouts hitting on something here, and you get a good pitcher down the line. He's actually a little bit younger than Hartle, despite being drafted in 2022. But, I mean, he's had 2 years of pro ball. He wasn't exactly lighting it up at single A, but still very, very young. A lot of growth to be made. I think that, I just hope that the Guardians pitching lab can get to work here and make both of these guys major league starting pitchers eventually. At the present moment, it looks like the Guardians are reloading the young arms of the organization. I like the move in that sense. Get a lot of good young arms in the organization, but it does seem to be a little bit of a head scratcher. I guess maybe Horwitz wasn't the best fit for the team. Don't really know what you're going to do with second base. I'm assuming it's going to be Juan Brito. But, maybe you keep Josh Naylor now. There's just a lot of questions that I still have. I wasn't really that high on Horwitz. I'm not heartbroken with him going to Pittsburgh. But, you look at today, you had Andres Gimenez, you got rid of a ton of money. You got a solid starting pitcher that's probably going to be in your rotation, and 3 prospects that, way too early to call if they're going to be quality major leaguers or not. And, really the biggest thing that we're going to come out with today for the Guardians is they have a lot of money that they can spend, and really these trades, we're going to look back at them if they do spend money in the right way and pick up quality players to help them win right now. These trades are going to look good. If not, we're just going to sit back and start scratching our heads and say, why are we trading Andres Gimenez if we're not going to try to use that money in a better way to win right now, especially with how good the team was last year. Again, welcome Luis Ortiz, the newest Cleveland Guardian. And we say goodbye to Spencer Horwitz, who probably has one of the shortest tenures in Cleveland Guardians history. It was a fun ride.